buys into it, putting some shots onto Team Classic members.
And Final Boss is just doing such a good job of controlling the map. Ogre 2's just picked up a double kill. Their team shot is on right now. Team Classic really in the second half of this game seems to be winded, Sundance.
I don't know. Maybe they're just running out of gas, as we said before. This isn't as easy as it looks, folks. It takes a lot of concentration and a lot of energy to be up here on this main stage for this long. Team Classic, seeming like maybe they need a little bit of a kick, some energy to get them over the hump. But you know what? It may be too little too late now, as Final Boss, it looks like they're in a position to do really well here with a 60-second lead.
Well, Ogre 1 is taken out, but the rest of his team is still sitting up top. They're not really worried about the bottom hill. They're just not allowing Classic to set up in it. I like this decision because the new hill is going to be moving in about a minute, but I think the power weapons are coming up soon. As you see, Walshy is waiting by the rocket spawn.
Ogre 1 finally dropping down in that hill. Really, I think they'd be more of a nuisance and distraction, as you said, because those power weapons are coming up. But Walshy taken out anyway.
And Rocket is up, and Fear was able to grab it. Let's check out what he can do with it. He was the one to take down Walshy, earning these rockets. But check out this score as Final Boss has a 60-second lead right now, Sundance.
Again, maintaining that minute lead is going to make it really difficult for Team Classic to claw their way back into it, because not only do they need to eliminate the deficit, but they can't allow Final Boss to add any more time, because there's only about 5 minutes, 15 seconds left in this game.
All right, well, with the lead back up to about 60 seconds, Final Boss definitely sitting pretty right now. They got to be pretty comfortable, but they can't lay back. They got to keep the pressure on Team Classic. You can't sit back in a position like this.
Ogre 1 proving that by assassination, grabbing the rockets there off of Fear.
Nothing worse than having your rockets taken from them and then having them used on your buddy. All right, Ogre 1 shooting across the map. Ogre 2 pushing in from the purple. Nice teamwork from the twins. Ogre 1, not scared, charges back up. Let's check out what his teammate Strongside is doing over here on the flank. Nice nade there by Strongside. Gets Soldier out of the hill. It's only a 40-second lead now for Final Boss. Team Classic starting to claw a little bit back, but there is only 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in this game, Sundance, so every second matters.
They've got to keep Final Boss out of the hill. Strong side right now, adding time to that lead.
Up open.
Well, how do you do that when you're charging one at a time, Sundance? I think Team Classic just needs to regroup. They're all on different spawn cycles and push as a team. They have stopped playing as a team the second half of the game.
Well, I haven't really seen them communicating while they're alive. I see them talking to each other when they're dead down there.
One shot at Bubbles, do that. Only one dead.
And Strongside sitting in the hill, and they just extended that lead to 70 seconds once again.
They had it down to 40. Strongside able to grab a big chunk of time right there. Not looking good right now with only 3 minutes, 26 seconds left.
Well, Ogre 2 jumping from the rocket spot over towards Orange, keeping the pressure on Team Classic. Fear was trying to pick up hill time, but Walshy and Ogre 2 are just too brutal. You see Ogre 2 taking down Soldier in the hill, but Legend takes him out. Legend is taken down as well. So Ant and Fear, they're finally running together as a team. Let's see what they can do here.
They're running together, but unfortunately, they've still got Final Boss guys, members in the hill, getting time. So first, they've got to get them out of the hill. Then the hill moves. It's just bad grenade there by Legend.
Team Grenade, it's just not looking good here for Team Classic. They're going to have to put this one past them.
You listen to the communication now for Team Classic. A little bit of despair in their voice.
But you know, Sundance, it's not too late to count them out. I was watching earlier as Carbon came back from a 100-second deficit. So if you get the setup, if you get a cycle of power weapons, you can't come back in this game type. Classic just needs to make that decision right now. We're going to do it. Let's do it right now.
As you say that, they get in the hill pocket, so here we go. This has got to be a big push.
And Walshy takes down Soldier, but Fear cleans up the kill on Walshy, so he's trying to get to the hill, but a great job by Ogre 2, raining pain down from above. And it looks like Ogre 2 is considering doing a little sneaky drop.
Laser, one shot. One shot, laser.
From this position, he can watch that laser ramp, which is where Team Classic is trying to charge from Fear versus Ogre 2.
3 guys over.
Fear with full shield, Ogre 2 with no shield. And Ogre 2 drops out just as Fear goes up, and Soldier drops it like it's hot. And going for the no-scope on Walshy, he's taken down.
In the hill. Only one dead.
So Legend Pimp still trying to get in Hill. All 4 Hill players that had just switched to got dominated. So now we're going up to Ogre 2, who's top middle. 25 more seconds, and Final Boss will lock this up. And you see the desperation here as they're under a minute. This game is over.
Up close, Tom. There's another guy. One shot, close floor. It's not your birthday. Let's go for the birthday kills. Dave, I'm right behind you.
So Final Boss start to talk a little smack here.
Just kidding.
Yep. You see now, that first game when they were down, after they had that lead in that CTF game, they weren't really talking too much. But we've seen this from Final Boss before. When they can smell some death and desperation in their teammates or their opponents, they will definitely jump on it.
Strong side, still catching flies, mouth wide open, still comfortable as hell here on the main stage.
Well, he's an old-time pro now at this point. He's been up there so often, it's like a second home to him.
And now if you're Team Classic, what do you do at this point, son?
I put my controller down and I start talking to my teammates. Right now, before this game's even over, you got to put this behind you. This game, you let it get away from you. You know what? You got outclassed.
I know that.
All right, so let's take a look at the stats. We had a huge game from Ogre 2. Not a whole lot of hill time, but 35 kills is a big number, a positive 10. Meanwhile, Strong Side, 32, 22, and 20 with most hill time in the game. Strong Side going off, Sundance.
He was a beast that game. Like I said, I'll say it one more time. I love to watch him play when he's hot. And that game, he was just on fire. You saw him cycling the power weapons. He had the rockets in his hands. He's able to get BR shots on people from all over the map. And he sat in the hill for quite a while there, which is we're not used to necessarily seeing on a Strong Side. On the other side, I was expecting a little bit more out of Ant. I think he had a tough time. Not that he was awful, but it seemed like Final Boss just was able to shut him down right there. And with that, maybe even shut down Team Classic's hopes for a championship here on MLG Championship
And look
Sunday.
at these faces, Sundance. Team Classic seems out of it. They are not encouraged. They are not communicating. They're not talking strat about the upcoming game type. They're not out of this yet. They seem to be giving up, though, against Final Boss.
Part of it also, though, is that they know they're up there. They got cameras on them. There's thousands of people watching them play. Maybe that's gotten into their heads. Maybe they're thinking about that rather than this oddball game on Guardian.